Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Real Talk Atlanta. We are your hosts, Nika W.
River the Realtor.
I'm Ashley LeRae.
And I'm Taisha Renee.
And we're back with another hot episode with my favorite girls. What's up, ladies?
What's good, girlfriend?
Not much.
What's going on? How you guys been feeling?
I'm vibing, chilling, and
Doing what needs to be done.
doing what needs to be done. I think that's the quote
And
for
doing
the
what
year.
needs to
Right.
be done.
Of the century.
How's real estate treating you guys?
It's been real estating.
It's been beating me up.
It's honestly
Right.
treating me like I'm its daughter.
Oh, I love
And I'm
it.
being reprimanded.
Oh, princess, not the real estate.
Now, hold on, I wasn't going there with that, but once I say, like, you know,
you
it's
in
trying to
your
sun
bag.
me. It's in my face. It's yelling. It's doing all the things that parents do.
That's what I love about real estate, because I feel like we have our seasons, you know, like you're going to go through your seasons, good and bad. You know, you have the winter, summer, autumn, and all that. So you need to get it right. I love real estate.
Name of the game.
But I'm excited for this episode because we have breaking news.
This is big.
For our buyers who are struggling in this market, for our buyers that want to make if home ownership is their dream, this episode is for you. I literally want to tell you guys to really pay attention to the gems that we're going to be dropping today and take notes.
For sure. Get the notepad out.
All right, you guys. So we are announcing, right, this new loan program called Closing the Gap. I know you guys, you probably read the articles. If you haven't, Black Enterprise came out with an article a few weeks ago about this new loan program that was released by Legacy Home Loans, which is a the first-led Black mortgage company firm here in the United States with this program, Closing the Gap.
Can we just cheers real quick? To our
Let's cheers to that. Let's cheers to that.
That is live.
Us. This
That
was
is really
made
live.
by us for us.
I love that.
To benefit us, and I love that. Really
I love
do.
that. So, as we all know, the CEO, Ben Slayton, who's the president and founder of Legacy Home Loans.
Let's get into him.
Let's get into him.
Let's talk about him for a
He is
second.
A mogul.
Okay.
He's a legend, icon.
Before we even give you the details on the loan, let's talk about the person who is bringing his tea.
Ben is a
because
living
he is
legend.
just like a legend. Yes, literally. He was the first Black realtor.
First Black realtor.
And what year was that?
1964.
1960.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1964. And it's a big thing. And most people don't really know about him.
Yeah, I understand
Yeah.
that realtor is a designation.
Yes.
So, like, when you say realtor, it's like, that's a major designation.
Yeah.
It's part
Right.
of your title as a person. We are all realtors, but to be the first Black anything, it's iconic.
Okay,
Yeah.
because
We're
Black
all
people weren't
realtors.
able to be realtors.
Right,
So
right.
that's groundbreaking.
Or homeowners.
Yeah,
because
or
this
homeowners.
is why this loan program is here, and they called it Closing the Gap because we are still, African Americans are still at a 30% gap lower than other minority communities. Like Hispanics are at a 50% and we're still at a 30%. And I really wanted to talk about, like, why do you guys think that, apart from, like the other stuff as far as like racism back in the day and things like that, but I really think it's a mindset thing as well. When it comes, being stubborn to home ownership and always thinking like it's a catch to it.
Yeah.
You know?
Closed-minded, because you probably have heard one story or two stories, but when opportunities like this present themselves, like, I feel like we as Black people always think, oh, it has to be a scam.
Yeah, it has to be
When
a
you
scam.
always look for the negative in something, you're never going to prosper. Like, there has been many opportunities where we could have, increase the Black home ownership, but they rather go, unfortunately go buy a BMW that depreciates immediately after you leave the lot versus going into invest in that property.
Yeah.
And then go get the BMW.
And
like
the
I always say.
importance- right, and knowing the importance of real estate. So now this loan program is here. You guys have another opportunity to make home ownership attainable, and this was Ben Slayton's mission, is to make home ownership attainable especially for us African Americans here.
Absolutely.
So,
And you know
today,
what?
go ahead.
I gotta say something real quick because I feel like the public health
Get
is
off
like
your
about to
shit.
jump
Get
out
off
of
your
chest.
Preach.
Because of course I feel like we as minorities we do have a certain mindset, but even it's systematic. Like this is something that is even like beyond us. Like I saw an article that said if it was a Black person and a white person going for like the same home, they have the same income, the white person's going to get approved and the Black person's going to get denied. Like this is something that's systematic, and it's happening in mostly like Black neighborhoods and areas, which is a great thing because this program is in all of those big black cities: Atlanta, Chicago, Philly, Memphis, like a ton of cities. So
Baltimore, yeah. And I think it's really important to know, like, this is one of those programs that really is going to impact our community, right? This is a special purpose credit program, and these programs are, you know, under that Equal Opportunity Act. It literally is designed for people who are usually discriminated against based on race, based on systematic issues like Ashley just thought of, to bridge that gap and help home ownership be attainable. Because in our community, I think we are, you know, we're conditioned to believe that home ownership
is bad.
It's not attainable. There's so many people that's like, I can't own a home, and they don't even know why they're saying that. So this program, I really think it does what it says. It's bridging the gap.
Absolutely.
I'm thirsty.
Yes, and we're gonna get into it, you guys. We're gonna get into it, why we feel like this is not what we feel, why this is a really, really good program for you guys. And let's talk about, like, how are you eligible? Okay, so this loan program is called Closing the Gap again, and it only requires 1%. Have you guys
say that again?
1%.
1%.
Whoa.
And that's huge.
Yeah.
Because what is the minimal? You know, what is the casual minimum? It's usually
3 to 5.
And you can pay more if you want, but it's a 1% minimum.
Yeah.
And that's big, because then that cuts your closing, you know, the cash to close a little bit less. But also, it's really going to be focused on those areas where, you know, African American population is 51% or more. But it doesn't limit you to where you want to go out and purchase.
And I want to reiterate it, because Ashley said the cities already, but to reiterate, that's Atlanta, Baltimore, Chicago, Detroit, Memphis, and Philly.
Those are the starting cities that they're currently going to be in.
We'll be expanding over time.
Over time they're going to be expanding, and I know, you know, I've heard his interview, and he's saying, you know, they have to try out, they have to prove that this is going to work, and a part of it is, you know, us African Americans, we have to do our duties to show up and support for these type of programs, which means participate in it and take advantage of it, so we can prove to people that yes, it's not just a mindset thing. And I feel like, you know, in the next 3 years we're going to see, you know.
And I personally like the pilot cities that they chose, right? Because I feel like there's a black population almost everywhere. But when you start thinking about the inner city, when you think about a Chicago, when you think about a Baltimore, a Philly, a Memphis, like I hate to say it, but like, when you think about your favorite rapper, they from these places. They talk about being from the trenches and being from these places, but that's why. This is really where, like, inner city black people are not able to afford homes. So I love these pilot cities. I feel like they went for the jugular. They went for where we need the most help.
They came in strong, I will say. And what I do love, of course, 1% isn't that hard to save up for, but this program does offer counseling services, both pre and post closing,
which is essential, especially if you don't know how to save, or if you're having trouble, like, paying your bills on time or saving to pay those bills. There's someone that will be there to assist you and help you.
Yeah, I love that you said that. I love that you said that, because I know that he said that, you know, the post counseling does include where you go and they see that, you know, the time that you paid your last mortgage is not the same as you paid the new mortgage. They're gonna call you and kind of assist you, like, what's going on? You know, like, the mission here is to make sure it's sustainable, that not only you are able to afford the home when you buy it, but also can keep your home.
It's one thing to close the loan. It's another thing to be able to afford the home and longevity. So I love the fact, like you said, the pre-counseling to help you with the down payment. The post to make sure you keep up with the payments. But they're even offering stuff like free home warranties.
Let's talk about all the free stuff that come up front. All the
feel like, what's Oprah's thing? You get it. This is like on Oprah's favorite things. They're really throwing out everything with it.
I know it's like a free appraisal. That's saving you, what, $500 to $700 depending on the loan. Free home warranty, another $500 to $700 or more that you're saving up front. What else is it?
Well, and that's also helping you save money on the back end, right? You have that home warranty to cover your home, and one of your systems goes out, one of your appliances. That free warranty is going to provide you a free service, more money that you don't have to come out of pocket for.
Right, getting those HVAC fixed, the furnaces, they cover all those major appliances. So
and they're reimbursing you 1% that goes towards your title costs.
So. Which is like $1,000 towards your title insurance, which you will have to pay all that out of pocket. So when we're saying that this loan program is really, really good, we really mean it, because regular buyers right now will have to go through that and pay that out of pocket for themselves. So now that we went over, you know, like the free stuff, right? Now I know that you guys want to know, how are you eligible for this program? So eligibility will be based on where you live. in these cities. You know, they have a list of zip codes that you're going to, when you're applying for the program, that they're going to run by. And if you live in the zip code, then you can go ahead and purchase. And, you're eligible, of course. And the minimum credit score is a 620.
But wait, in that zip code, you don't have to purchase in that zip code. You just have to
purchase.
Live there, but you can purchase
anywhere.
Yeah.
And that's the difference, because you're not stuck to a specific area.
Yeah.
And that's big, because
I can't not
listen,
smile like
I am so happy.
I feel like
so
if you
happy.
live in one of those zip codes right now, it's very, I'm not going to say it's a fact, but it is very likely that you may be affected by the conditions of that neighborhood. You might be living in poverty, and I just hate to say that, but it's the truth. So the fact that they're saying, like, we're not going to say because you're here, you have to buy here and you have to stay in this condition.
Yeah.
You're here, you're probably a victim of the situation, but we're going to help you get out of it
and
purchase somewhere to kind of continue moving the needle, move it forward. I feel like that's part of the problem. We get in these neighborhoods and we can't afford to get out.
Right.
Yes.
They're giving you a way that if you started here, we're gonna help you get out and move the needle a little bit forward. So
and have access to better school systems, to better stuff like that. Like, it's good. It's oh my God.
And you know what else I love about the program? Because of course it's helping people in those communities, but there are also Black people who are pretty well off and who are still living in certain communities that are on that zip code. So they're not just helping people who are underserved, but they're helping people who, have the means to. All Black people, So that's a really big thing. So with that, there's no income restrictions.
Yeah, there's no income limit.
A lot of programs, they have income restrictions. You can't make past this amount to qualify, but no, you can make little, you can make no money, a lot of money,
50,000, 300,000,
and you will still qualify.
Because I think that's a good thing to know too. Because the first thing I thought about was like FAFSA.
Right.
Okay, with FAFSA, if your household is making $100,000, that sounds like a lot. But if your mom has 6 kids and one got braces and one in private school, all these different things, but these are expensive things. I'm serious, y'all.
It's real. Yeah.
They don't take into account. So on paper you make a lot of money, but your expenses are so much. Now you're not helping those kids go to college because their parents make too much money. So removing that income requirement, because you don't know how much of that income is going out to take care of people's families and stuff like that. Like those are the nuggets. Like
this is the program for everybody.
For everyone. And I've posted this on social media, and I've got a couple.
I love that video.
Yeah. Thank you. We gotta let the people listen. We gotta let the people know, and it was so important for me to do that. But a lot of questions have been raised for that. So the first one that we had was, is it a FHA or a conventional loan? This program is a conventional loan. It's still gonna have a mortgage, a PMI. So keep that in mind, but the rates fluctuates on that. So keep that in mind as a conventional loan. And also as far as the interest rates, right? So when you're purchasing a home, you have your upfront cost, and then you have to also worry about your mortgage rates. To be honest, the interest rates are going to be raw interest rates, which means it's going to be dictated by the market. So the higher credit score that you can have, and this is why credit,
is king.
Credit
is important than blowing money at a strip club.
Credit. Shout out to Jay-Z.
Okay, and that's where it goes back to, because I did have a buyer. I went and sent her the video, and she's like, oh my God, like, what are the requirements? And her thing, and this is why she's, we haven't moved forward with her, is because her credit score, she has the cash, she has everything, but the credit score is low. So this is where, again, you have to keep up with your credit score, which, go back to a program, you have to have a 620 credit score. Minimum, The better the credit score, the better the interest rate.
And that's always, that's every loan. Period.
And something else to keep in mind, because as we all know, but buyers may not know, like lenders, they may require you to have a certain amount of reserves in your bank account, saying you need to have X amount of dollars saved. So if your DTI is a little bit higher, they did say they may, of course, lending, it's not black and white, right? It's very situational, depends on the case and the person. But they may also require you, if your DTI is a little too high, if like your bills are, 50% of your income, then you may have to have some savings in your account. But it just depends. You won't know until you apply.
And I think it's fair, right? It's to be able to afford it. Right. If you have issues with your assets and reserves right now, maybe buying a home won't be feasible. So I feel like I like that they're looking at things in longevity, making sure that today's, purchase is not going to affect tomorrow's
your
situation.
livelihood,
right? Because anything could happen. Life happens,
So
definitely. Okay, so we're talking about requirements. So now I want to do a quick little recap so far of the points that we've made, right, on how you to be eligible for this program. We talk about the credit score, which has to be a minimum of 620. We talked about the cities, right? You have to be in certain zip codes.
Income limits.
Which are none.
So that's good. And also, another requirement is you have to be a first-time home buyer or second-time home buyer. And the second-time home buyer, you guys, is if you have not, let's say you sold your house and for 3 years you've been renting, after 3 years you're considered as another.
Or even if you like went into hard times, if your home foreclosed or something within the past 3 years, then yes, it'll kind of start over. So you would be considered a first time home buyer again.
Yeah. So that's really, really good because then again is making it attainable for those who have not been able to purchase right now. Okay. So now we get into, you know, what are the requirements again that they're looking at as far as like your credit score, but also they're looking at your rent and things like that, that you're paying it on time.
Yes, please make your payments on time, y'all.
So they look at other factors too outside of just that. Like they will take your previous rent payments and all that. That's great.
I feel like the credit guidelines are almost similar to like the regular loan products that we work with. They want to see you have on-time payments. They want to see like, you know, rent, car notes, just anything previously just to show that you're a viable candidate.
Yeah.
I think it's important to know like they want to help you, but they also have to protect themselves. Like you're not going to give
It's an
somebody
investment.
you're not going to give somebody $500,000 who doesn't have a track history of paying stuff back on time.
It's a risk.
It's a risk, so it has to
It's a
make
big
sense. So they
risk.
check those things as regular part of the credit
Especially if it's 1%.
Right.
Okay,
Yes,
especially when giving us that much money up front. Hold on now.
Yeah, we have to look at it. And another thing I was reading as well, it has to be a single family home.
Yes.
Or a condo.
Yeah, so that's
not an investment property.
Yes,
not
no
investment property. Yeah,
It's no land.
Yeah, no land. You cannot buy a land with it. I mean, this program is just like amazing.
It's for you to get a home and live there.
Yes, your primary
Basically.
residence.
Yeah,
And something
primary
else I do
residence.
want to mention. Of course, the program is 1%, but you can put down more.
Yeah.
Obviously, the more you put down, the less your payments are going to be. So the
That's
minimum
major
is
key.
1%.
You have to
but-
make it what's more important to you, like we said, paying up front or paying on the back end.
Right.
So just always keep that in mind.
Yeah, I think this really just is for, not is just for, but I think it influences more people who may not have as much saved up in assets.
Right.
So if you know you can cover a little bit more on the monthly, maybe you just got a promotion in your job and you can take a bigger payment, but you just don't have enough upfront to do that heavy, you know, closing cost or the down payment. This program is really for you. So
Right.
Yeah, and also, not to mention, you are allowed to, you know, fund a multifamily. It just has to be between, you know, 1 or 4 units.
and that's going to be 5% down. If you
Yeah,
do
it's
more.
a little bit more down.
Exactly.
But hey, that's still it.
That's still
Yeah,
good.
that's still a good
Yeah.
program. So how do you guys feel like it's going to, you know, affect your business? I feel like it's
I'm excited.
Yeah. Not you, bro.
I'm
realtors.
No, I
It's
feel
great.
that. Like, I want to rub my hands like Birdman. I feel like I'm just extremely excited, y'all, because I love the fact that it's in Atlanta and Chicago. I can't emphasize it enough. I was born and raised on the south side of Chicago, and I just feel like I have seen a lot of people in my neighborhood who I come to find now don't even own their homes, right? People who have been living in this same house for 40 years don't even own their home, and that's heartbreaking. I feel like looking back to where we come from, just knowing that home ownership was not attainable, and even when it did become attainable, nobody thought to reach back in these communities and let them know.
Right.
That breaks my heart. So I think more than anything, I am happy for my Atlanta buyers, but more so for my family back home, the people I grew up with, who really felt like I'm gonna just rent. They don't understand.
yeah.
It just hits different.
That stuff is really hitting different. Like, I feel like my head is being knocked against the wall. This is like the American dream. And I feel like black people don't feel like we ever get our shot. Like,
Right.
This
This is your
is
shot.
major.
This is your shot.
It's major.
I felt that when you said like it kind of breaks your heart. There's so many clients who have reached out to me. They want to purchase a home. That's something that they want to attain and it's a goal. And then when they do a typical mortgage application, they're going through everything and they realize like, whoa,
It's too much.
I don't think this is like way over my head. This is something I can't do at this moment. So it really does put a lot of people in the game. I'm so excited.
Right. What I love most is programs that are usually like this kind of like target just the black and brown communities. Like, oh, we have deals in this area for anybody to just kind of come in. And to me, that just kind of sounds like gentrification. I'm just being honest. Like, you just letting So you basically about to sell these houses at a high price, and it's going to knock everybody out who's in there because they can no longer afford it. But I feel like with this program, with them targeting the areas that are like that, but getting them out of them and putting people in better situations, it just speaks volumes.
Yeah, it just speaks volumes.
It's like gentrification backwards.
It's
instead of coming into our communities and changing what we're used to seeing, you are giving us an opportunity to go into the communities we always wanted to be in,
right,
and live good and live better. Like, come on,
right? So we was in last place. We about to be in first place now. I love it.
And another thing that's important I want to mention is that you cannot go and get this loan program through any other banks.
Yeah,
lenders.
It's only through
Legacy Home Loans. And the perfect thing is us four realtors here, we have partnered with, loan officers of this mortgage firm, so we can better help you reach your home buying goal.
Because what did they say? The goal was $1 billion by the end of 2023.
Okay, that's real quick. So let's use it.
Let's get
it. $1 billion sound like a lot, but it really ain't.
Right.
When you think about all these cities and how big these cities are, that's really not a lot. And I know I want all of us to have a footprint on that $1 billion.
Yes, definitely.
I want them to spend that money.
Okay, the bag. Right. And keep in mind though, even though it is $1 billion and it's a conventional loan, it still has the same conventional loan limits. So whatever the typical limits are in your city, that's easy to look up. Just type in conventional loan limits and wherever you live, and you'll see
here
what
in
they
Atlanta,
are.
I think it's about 647.
Yes.
I thought it just went up though.
It did just go up.
It did go up for
So
2023. It's like in the 7s.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It did for 2023. You're right.
We'll
Yeah.
have to drop that. But just so we're clear, when she says the price, not your income, the purchase price of the home. So your purchase price limits in your county or in your city where you're from. So
you're not finna buy no multi-million-dollar home. No, there is a limit, like a cap to it. So,
but imagine buying a $700,000 home and only putting 1% down.
I can't imagine it.
Like, really take advantage of this program.
I wish I ain't buy my house.
It's never too late. Well, you're a first-time home buyer.
I see y'all in 3 years.
So before we end this episode, we want to do a quick recap of this loan program. Again, you guys, this loan program is called Closing the Gap. It will be available for application the first week of October. So make sure you reach out to one of us, to get connected with Legacy Home Loan, and so we can get you guys in your dream home.
I'm so excited for y'all.
We're all of 1%.
It's a dream. So for the last segment of this episode with our realtor babe,
Miss Ashley Ray. I think she's starting
us
to
down. She's feeling it now. Look at you.
I'm just let y'all introduce me. I'm still not gonna say it. So if this is your first time tuning into our show, we have a segment called the Question of the Day. So that's where we answer questions from you guys because we love to hear from you. So you can submit your questions to us on Instagram at Real Talk Atlanta or via email at realtalkatl@gmail.com. So I like this question today.
But remember to keep it cute.
Oh yeah, that's the most important thing. When
keep
you
it cute.
submit a question,
We've been skipping that part.
Keep it cute.
They've been doing good.
Right. Like this question was cute today. So somebody asked, they said, we be looking good, the little closing outfits. They like how we dress. So they want to know. Right. From the neck up. Neck down.
We even work from home here sometimes. Y'all don't know.
Little do they know. So someone asked, where do we get like our professional but cute clothes from?
Everywhere.
I love it. I just found a new shop, y'all.
Where?
I'm ordering everything.
Don't drop in the gym.
You cannot
they need to sponsor me.
What is it?
Cosmios. Do y'all know
what is that?
I think I seen that,
but I did not.
I seen that on
Cosmios,
Instagram.
they have really, really nice professional, like, it's giving.
Period.
It's giving.
Was it Cosmio?
It's giving luxury.
We'll put the link below.
Cosmios.
I think I seen that on Instagram.
They have really nice pieces. My closing outfit. It's coming.
Okay.
Okay.
The internet.
Listen.
It's giving Rick Ross.
But yeah, go check them out. I love them.
Nice.
Let me see for me. Well, I'm gonna do that little TikTok. What they say: dress from Pretty Little Things, necklace from Forever 21, wig, color me amber, face Jenny Penny. No, I shop everywhere, y'all. I'm a pieces girl. I like to get my piece from everywhere. I really love shopping black owned. I'm actually do a thing on my Instagram where I shout out some of like my favorite like black owned boutiques.
I love that.
But yeah, I'm a piece girl. I will say this though. I love to get like a quick fix from Fashion Nova. If I know I got like 7 clients shopping, I will go order 20 blouses.
Not
No,
20.
literally.
But the low price are like $200.
Okay.
And girl, have a button up for 1%. For 1%. And be having button ups for days, because I feel like a lot of times we can't rewear our clothes, but if I'm doing content, I don't want y'all in my face. I've seen that shirt before.
Right.
You are an outfit repeater.
I bought it. You gonna see it again.
Right. As many times as I need.
So I do like the Pretty Little Thing Fashion for some quick stuff. I like boutiques.
I cannot even lie. Most times when I buy something, it's quick. I'm waiting last minute. Like I probably been looking for stuff for like months, but I'm just like, oh, it's the time is behind. I have to get something. Fashion Nova, Pretty Little Thing. I love
they
Zara.
got 2-day shopping. I mean,
they do 2-day shipping. I like Zara. I do think Zara be
Yeah, Zara. Zara's always a go-to.
Get the same thing though. I like Fashion Nova at Zara. And Zara for half the price. But I do love Zara. I get a good little vibe in there.
Yes, that is me. I'm not
You do
really,
love Zara.
I love Zara.
All your clothes from Zara.
My top from Zara.
Zara and Ikea.
My top from Zara.
Okay, Zara girl.
I'm not really
Zara
like
and Ikea. Can't keep her out of
I am not like going to the mall type of girl.
Oh, no.
I just can't. Especially Lennox. No, ma'am.
no.
So, I mean, I will go to Zara. That's like the only store in the mall I'll go to.
I just go to the mall to go to Zara.
I love J-Lux label. I love.
I do love them.
I love them.
I know all your brands.
Naked Wardrobe, Revolve. Those are like the main
Go
sites
ahead,
I shop
girl.
on.
She's a
She
shopper girl.
bougie.
She's shy.
But also, you don't need designer to be fly. I feel like designer doesn't make you.
I buy whatever cute. If I see something on Instagram,
Right. It's about how you wear it.
Yeah, it's
not
about how
brand.
you wear it.
Yeah.
So thank you, girl, for the compliment. That was
That was nice of you.
Y'all are silly, bro.
Alrighty, so this episode is coming to an end. But definitely we will see you guys next week. Make sure you check out our social media. Like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube. Show us some love. It really does matter. But also, all of our handles will be right here in this video.
Yes.
And yeah.
We will see y'all next month when the program launches.
Okay.
Hello. Cheers to that.
Cheers.